Hello and welcome to episode 12 of Garmin to smashing a PB at London Marathon 2025 question mark. For those that are new to seeing these episodes, basically what I'm doing is following what my Garmin says to smash a PB in the London Marathon 2025. I've programmed the event into the Garmin watch, and it's given me the daily suggested workouts to get me to a very ambitious PB, which is just going to smash the socks off of my current PB anyway. My current PB on a marathon is 4 hours 42. I'm not disclosing what I'm aiming for at the moment, but we are really going to be trying to hammer this. We'll see how it goes. I'm not the only person that has used Garmin to follow a training plan. There's been a few of us that I've seen there now. I know the runner Lucy did it to a 10k PB, and also she did it for her training for the Berlin Marathon and all that lot. So it's a new way of doing things, really. But we had to kind of, trust the process and that. But it also gives me consistency and that, and it does change me around a bit, as people will see in the episodes before and that. And it does get a little frustrating, but it's still trying to keep my body in tip-top condition as well. And that, so it's something new. I like the consistency. And I just love running, really. It's not giving me the actual longer runs at the moment, but I don't really need them until later on. We are in the base the base phase at the moment. We're just building and building and building, and the last 12 weeks has just been constantly building a solid foundation to then really smash up onto the actual marathon training come the end of Christmas time. And that, so that's the plan there. I've been very lucky enough to get a place in the London Marathon by the fantastic charity Seeability. If you can, please just donate some money, anything you can. Now, the quicker they get the money, the quicker that they can actually use it. And if you can put money in now, fantastic. Thank you very much. And also, a little bit further down the line, closer to the marathon, you might have a little bit of extra money, which you could put in again. And if you really want to help my cause and that for the charity. So grateful for Seeability to give me a place again. I enjoyed running for them last year, or this year. And then I really look forward to running for them again next year. And this is all part of me getting to next year and that. So so we started the week on a Monday. I have a video to pop onto and that'll explain a little bit, because it wasn't quite the beginning of the start of how the Garmin daily suggested was supposed to be. I think we touched on a little bit about that last week, and that in the episode 11. But yeah, let's take you on to Monday now. So looking at Garmin today, it's given me a base run today, 39 minutes, 138. But I've got a rest day tomorrow. So I'm just wondering if I can utilize that better. Wednesday is supposed to be a threshold, 16 minutes, 164, with 10 minutes each side. And that, or Saturday is an anaerobic. We all know what anaerobic does to me. So I'm looking at probably doing the anaerobic. It's 7 times 1 minute, 4:15 minutes per kilometer pacing. So we'll see on that one. I think if I get that out of the way now, then it won't be at the weekend, and also maybe the threshold stays on Wednesday, so it won't mess up the plan too much. And I got a rest day tomorrow. As mentioned, I don't really want to mess around with the program as such, but I know how much the anaerobic really knocks it out of me on a Saturday, and affects the longer run on the Sunday and that. So I mean, I'm looking at the possibilities of just switching it around in just this week to see how it goes, and then we'll see how the next bit is, because I'm on a new phase now. We're on a building phase again, so let's just see how that all goes now. So yeah, that was the anaerobic session. Basically on the Monday then. Over the interval sections, yeah, I averaged 4:07 pace per kilometre. It wasn't the 4:15, so it was actually quicker. But it's getting closer there. And so I'm hoping that I kind of start nailing these paces, because I do find them a little bit difficult. I've said before, doing a lot of my work now on heart rate. I love all the heart rate stuff. It tells me where I need to be, but it kind of makes you lose track a bit about pace and that. So beginning to get that, trying to learn that in these quicker sessions. Don't get me wrong, I will not be running 4:07 minute kilometers in the marathon. That's insanely quick. But what it is doing is building my levels up so I can actually maintain quicker paces than what I've done now. All my marathons that I've done, the 5 or 6 marathons I've done now, I just plod along, and I use my base rate runs, and that's my pace. This year I'm gunning for it, or next year I'm gunning for it. So thinking about it now, all my marathons before this, I've just done them as slow, long runs, and that. So now I want to step up the pace and really put a bit of oomph in it, and all that lot. And that's why I'm following this program. And this program does give me the whole range. It's given me the anaerobic sessions, which, as you guys know in watching this, they messed my system up. And the training plan goes a bit wonky after that. So that's why I tried to get it in front of a rest day and that. But it gives me the tempos, it gives me the thresholds, it gives me the long runs, and it does give me a day off when I'm tired. So it covers all what I need in a marathon training plan. And so it's not quite on the pacing yet, but it still works out. But with that, my lactate threshold moved up again from this session, so doing now on 4 minutes 50, 4 minutes 50 per kilometer, and that lactate. So after that is when my body, or quicker than that technically, I can't sustain for longer periods of time because my body can't shift the lactate, and that's where I start just crashing afterwards. So the idea is to try and get that, the time quicker, so then I can stay about, or run a quicker pace for longer and be able to do it. So that's moving up in the right direction again. So as much as the anaerobic sessions do really mess me up a little bit, it's showing the progress as well, because I've got this 4:50 minute km pace now. So that's something to be proud of, and I am proud of that. And then we keep going further, and we want to push that up as we go along, and that. So yeah, that was a good start to the week. So Tuesday, the normal rest day now that I programmed in, as I've said, and the other episodes, and that moves us on to Wednesday. Obviously, with the anaerobic session, the threshold disappeared. Went into a base session. 39 minutes, 139 beats per minute. So with the lactate going up, my heartbeat levels changed around a little bit, 1 or 2 beats per zone. And that, so that could let me do 139 beats per minute. And that, so I just really wanted to focus on trying to keep the heart rate down on this one. So I ran at 6 minutes 22 pace. Per kilometer, covered 6.15 kilometers, and actually had a heart rate of 138. So one lower than it, the aim was. So that was perfect. These are the runs I need to nail a bit better, and that gives me a very good zone of where I am. If I can keep the heart rates down, then it also helps me get quicker at that lower heart rate, and then in turn, the higher heart rates, I can run quicker anyway because I'm so used to the thing. It's all to do with the speed at the lower heart rates. If I can get that quicker and the heart rate down, then it rolls on effect up the tops. So really happy with that. I mean, just a normal circle loop around where I live, and that's a hilly again. So I mean, really good to have that at the the 138 beats per minute. So from that one, we moved on to Thursday, and that was another base run, 56 minutes, and it was at 139 beats per minute, and that. But the weather was awful. Obviously, the weather in Europe's been really bad this week, and it's been really sad hearing some stories and that about Spain and then Valencia and all that lot. So a lot of rain, also here in Norway, Bergen area, and that, but not like Spain and that, thankfully, and that. But it was awful. Yeah, the weather was crazy. When I said that I was going to run home, people were a little bit, why? Do you know what's happening out there? And I was like, yeah. Rain's rain, and but I understand, and we shouldn't put ourselves in danger and things like that. But it was, it wasn't like that. So yeah, absolute awful rain, awful weather. But I ran home, and it fitted. I ran for 1 hour 4 minutes instead of the 56, just to get back to like the bus station bit that we've spoken about before, and that just shortly down the road from where I live. And then just caught the bus back up to up the hills, basically. Pace was 6:15 kilometers. 6 minutes 15 per kilometer. So very happy with that. Certain the circumstances, and I do believe I missed most of the rain, or the worst of the rain. So maybe I cheated that a little bit, but I averaged on 142 beats per minute. But it's, after a day's work as well, and the weather's awful, you kind of just want to get home, yeah. So, happy with that. Longer run again. Covered 10 kilometers and 20.27, and just the last bit of the run was to get me to where I needed to be to get home, basically, and that. So yeah, that was. The base runs on Wednesday and Thursday. And so on to the Friday, another base run. But we are looking at a different run on the Saturday. So, 35 minutes, 139 beats per minute. I just did it around the local area after I got back home from work. I did hit the 139 beats per minute again. So once again, trying to focus on getting the heart rate right. And all that lot, and just enjoying the runs. I do enjoy these runs. I love running. Yeah, I want the longer runs, but just get out. Even the shorter runs, it's all right. It's running, and So I hit 5.6 kilometers in this one. Just a gentle loop that I have around again. The average pace was 6 minutes 13 seconds, and that. So just a simple, easy run at the end of the day, and that, and just to let us get into the weekend, basically. Good morning, Saturday. Thought I'd come down the track for this one. It's gonna be a thresholdy kind of tempo-y one. It's 3 times 6 minutes at 164 beats per minute. Today was supposed to be an anaerobic session again, which I did on the Monday, hoping that this one would be off and maybe a threshold instead. So instead of doing an anaerobic again today, because my optimum load says I'm already overdoing my anaerobic now, so I'm slightly missing the high aerobic. So this session will give me the high aerobic and not screw my whole system up like the anaerobic does. So that's the plan. Getting a little slippy outside now. Little dusting of snow last night. So got to be a bit careful with the tracks now. or the paths and all this lot. So I thought, come down to the racetrack, that should be a lot better and safer, to be honest. You know what I mean? Still getting used to like higher speeds, so don't really want to do higher speeds on icy conditions and all that lot. So for now, we'll come down to the track and let's get this session done. That's it. Interval session done. 6 minutes at 164 heartbeats a minute. Averaged 4:17 minutes per kilometre. 4:03 being the quickest, and my quickest PB in the 1K, and slowest 4:23. So an average of 4:17, as the middle one was 4:19. Really pleased with that effort. Really pleased. So yeah, another great speed session, really. You know what I mean? Kind of pushing up my my heart rate and being comfortable, being uncomfortable. I mean, that's what we're aiming to be, and it works. You know what I mean? I can obviously feel better after these runs. You mean, I love these runs as much as when I first start them off. I think I think I overcook it and I just can't manage it. But then all of a sudden you just get in and you just get there. You know what I mean? And that's great. You know, there is an end. Don't get me wrong. It's not a marathon end and that, so it's not crazy long distance and that. But to be able to sustain these and that, and you know I mean, get PBs again. You know what I mean? The last couple of weeks now have been amazing. There's PBs coming out left, right, and centre at the moment. So, I mean, there will be a time when it gets harder and all that lot. But I'm enjoying this. I mean, it gives you the fun and all that lot. And that's what I do like about what Garmin is doing. It's giving me a wide range. And yes, he wanted me to do another anaerobic again. But you mean, if now I know what kind of goes on with my training. You mean, everyone's watch is different because of how it interprets your own data and that. But I know the anaerobic really hurts me the next couple of days if I'm not sleeping well or whatever, and my body battery's down or whatever. So I know when to do these sessions. So I know what I can swap and when I can utilize it to make better for when I need it. And that's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm not shifting around everything, and I'm following it to how we can. But I know that a threshold would be better that day instead of an anaerobic, possibly, and swap there. We are still on the building phase, so I know it is kind of lifting up everything as we go along. Sunday today, gave me an active rest day. It was like a 25-minute recovery run if I want, or an active rest day. I want to run. Don't get me wrong. I want to run, but I don't want to jeopardize something for next week. And tomorrow I've already got a base run, over an hour. Those are the runs I need. These are, as we're building up the endurance and stamina, I need the longer runs as well. And so I've got 2 runs next week, hopefully over an hour. And so the next one will be Thursday, which is an hour and 29 minutes. I want them to stay because that's the bread and butter pudding of marathon training, is the long run. And have a speed work, fine. And quality, intense session, but it's the long runs that will get me going. And so that's the plan. I will do gentle stretching and some leg exercises, just body weight exercises a little bit later, just to kind of help tone up and strengthen, because that is something that we do need. I don't want to get runner's knee again, so I do my leg strengthening exercises, and I should be better. We should all be better, but these are the days I can actually do it comfortably, and so it won't be a complete rest day. It will be active rest. It will be where I strengthen up the leg muscles and so as we push forward into the next bit. And so 5 runs this week. I would love to have done 6. I'm kind of aiming that there will be 6, and I know there was 6 in the beginning when I was first starting this, but obviously your body needs to adapt. So I've done 5 runs. 38.3 kilometers, so just a little bit less than last week. Still smashing what I was doing at this stage last year, and that is all that I need to kind of do, and that just keep building on and building and building on what I've got, and I feel great, and I know that my body structure is getting me to where I need to be as well to help on all of this lot. I might not have done excessive amounts of distance this week. I have been over the 50s already, 50 kilometers, but we're a little bit shorter than that, obviously, by 12k this week, and that. But two intense runs, two intense speed works, and that, which it's probably a little bit too much, and that's why the distance goes a little bit down and all that lot. But like I say, a PB in the 1k, a PB in the English 1 mile. So now my 1 mile is 6 minutes 52. So basically that's 1.6 kilometers, and that in 6 minutes 52. And that, so it's nice when you get these PBs. And I know I had a PB last week in the 5k, and that my lactate threshold 4 minutes 50 now, going in the right direction. It's the progress, and this is what I am seeing from my journey that I record on Instagram, that I record on YouTube. It's my journey, and this is a diary for me as well. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the journey as much as I'm enjoying it, but I also see, and I can think about it and talk about it as my journey progresses and as we go along. Without what I'm documenting, I wouldn't have it. It would just be, what did I do? So, this is one of the reasons why I do this. So, we'll leave it there. Another great week. Hopefully next week, progress again. We'll see. And that, I think it's more concentrating on the longer runs. It's mainly base runs and a longer run. Next week, I haven't seen next Sunday yet. I can't see that far in advance. But before that, it's all just long runs and base runs and that. So, we'll just do that. Again, please, donate and just giving. Links down below in the comment bit or in the description. Seeability. Please help me raise as much money as I can for them. All the money is going to them. Yeah, I travel to London myself. I will stay in the London area myself. That's all paid for by me. All the money you donate goes to Seeability and the fantastic charity. So please donate what you can when you can, and it'll be really good for everybody, basically. And that. If you want to follow me daily inputs, I post everything that my Garmin watch tells me on Instagram. Neil dad that runs. Obviously my YouTube weekly, Neil dad that runs. Please, click like, subscribe, tell your friends. This is all very new to me. It's all very basic. And I just want to grow a little bit and just, enjoy doing what I'm doing. The more input I get from you guys, the better, because then I know that it's something that, people are liking and all that lot. If there's something you think can change, then again, write it in the comments. And, what's your thoughts? I will leave it there. Like I say, I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Thanks very much.